welcome to Find Your Fridays. It's me, Lorene. Yay, we're here. We're doing the thing. So, oh gosh, okay. Just doing all this background stuff that I normally do. Sometimes I manage to catch it during the intro, and sometimes I do not. And today is a do not and have not caught it today. So that's okay. We're just taking our sweet little time to do the things that we require to do. Certainly been the theme of the week for me, that's for sure. And I am grateful for it. So let us just open that one. Good evening, Melinda. I hope you're doing super well. I hope you're doing super duper well. All right, let's get that done. Awesome. Let's pop that up there. Awesome. All righty. Oh, how are you going, Melinda? It's the start of the week. It's the start of the month. Jesus. I don't even know where I am right now. I think I've lost my noodles this time. I've lost my brain. But that's okay. These things happen, don't they? All right, let's settle in, get comfy. All right, now let's make sure that's done. We are done. Hello, Vanilla and Pie over on YouTube. Welcome. Alrighty, so let us have a look and get our collective reading up and running. Let's see. And happy 1st of May. Happy new moon. Full moon, sorry. Happy full moon. Happy everything. Collective reading. Thank you. How has all of your weeks been, my friends? Oh, it looks like we're going to have an interesting day for internet by the looks of that. I could have sworn I heard rain earlier, but I think it was actually wind. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Okay, so I am actually going to read because this is, I know many of you, where are you tuning in from, Vanilla and Pie? Where are you tuning in from? I'd love to know because most of my viewership is actually Australia. And I do have beautiful, amazing people that tune in from America. Oh, welcome. Very, very occasionally Canada. New Zealand pops up in there sometimes. And we have a lovely viewer from Sweden. So it's pretty cool. And a few UK people as well, which is really awesome. So love to know where people are from, which is, it's just such a sweet thing to connect in this way. But so I shared this today. It is still relevant for my Northern Hemisphere people too. So the difference is that we are in autumn now and you guys are in spring in the Northern Hemisphere. So I'll share this for my Southern Hemisphere people, but the Northern Hemisphere people call this particular moon the flower moon. It's also known as the corn planting moon and the milk moon. All right. But this is courtesy of the Lotus Sisters, who are a pair of sisters who live here in Adelaide in South Australia, up in the hills, I think, if I remember rightly. And they have a beautiful business and passion in sharing this kind of information with us all, as well as being very arty and creative and sharing things that way. They do a lot of work with like the Akashic records and stuff like that too. Hi, Christine. So a sacred full moon in Scorpio is building on the horizon, as in they said this 13 hours ago. So this was kind of like yesterday for us almost. But yeah, it's here now, according to my calendar. Scorpio full moons are often very potent and powerful, as both the moon and the sign of Scorpio are linked to the unconscious and revealing what is hidden. Being the sign of death and rebirth, this moon carries the energy of endings and resurrections. How interesting, huh, Melinda? This is being reflected in nature all around us in the southern hemisphere. Autumn brings the shedding of leaves with some trees as they prepare for the cooler months of winter. As such, this moon heralds the deep dive into ourselves as we prepare to conserve our energy inwards. Scorpio is about exploring our own silent inner power. It is a reflective energy that does not shy away from the darkness of life within others, within ourselves, and within the wider collective. Facing our shadows and the shadow collective makes us strong. It makes us grounded and makes us less able to be manipulated. This full moon will likely shine light on the darker corners of our life that we would usually skip over. Power dynamics in relationships become more obvious, and secrets, usually uncomfortable ones, can rise to the surface, provoking difficult truths, conversations, and strong emotions. The key here is to not be afraid of the darkness, to walk into it, knowing it's important for your inner growth and resurrection. The relationship focus around this moon also comes from Venus and asteroid Juno, both being activated under the lunation. The sun in Taurus also brings some grounded Vesuvian vibes as we navigate the deep, watery depths of the Scorpion. Taurus reminds us to take care of ourselves, our physical bodies, and to embrace our sensual nature as we ride these intense waves. Ceres, the goddess of asteroid of grains and harvest, is also highly active under this full moon. This pulls further emphasis on good nourishment and healthy choices when it comes to the foods we consume, the thoughts we consume, and the actions we take. Take care and enjoy the energies, the Lotus Sisters. So, there we go. That is your full moon update and all the planets and all the stuff. So that's, like I said, from the beautiful Lotus Sisters here in Adelaide. Just this bounced to my attention in my moon diary. The power dynamics, trust issues, or suppressed feelings may surface now, demanding release or renewal. While your emotions may feel overwhelming, there's also a potential for deep healing. Allow yourself to surrender control and accept the truths emerging. Transformation begins where resistance ends. However, this is not a time for surface fixes. This full moon is calling for real emotional courage to let go of the need to control. Use her energy to forgive, release, and rise from whatever you're ready to shed. So there we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So that's from very astrologically aware and smart and tuned in people. Now let's see what our teams have to say as we all expanding out our awareness, expanding out our allowance beyond that for us women, expanding out our beautiful feminine pussy energy out even beyond that. Yes, yes, yes. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Holly, I have been to Tassie and back. I was back last Friday, of course, as you may know. But I can tell you right now, Tasmania is, such a beautiful place. And I really, really do hope to get back there. You know, it's one of the few places or areas that I've ever visited in Australia where I actually really wish to go back, like properly go back. And I find that very interesting. I've seen a little bit of Perth and I'm like, okay, I've seen Perth. I've been to Victoria, Melbourne, and I've been there a few times and gone, yeah, I don't really need to see Melbourne anymore. I've been over, I haven't really seen, I've seen a tiny little bit of Sydney. Noosa, Coffs Harbour, I've seen that. I've seen Brisbane. Lovely places, but nothing has pulled on my heartstrings as much as Tasmania does. And honestly, I can say that's because it reminds me so much of New Zealand. So there's a very clear reason. And certainly I wish to spend more time in that kind of lush, thick, yummy mountain, forest, rivers, mountain-fed springs energy for sure. Absolutely wish to spend more energy in that. Because if you've ever been to South Australia, you'll know it's the hottest, driest state in the hottest, driest country, apparently. And we don't have beautiful, lush forests and moss and lichen and stuff like that. We get a little bit of moss. I'll give it that. A little bit of my lichen here and there, but it is nothing like you have in Tassie. So I'm feeling good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Let us have a look at this message for the collective. Now, all of those messages that I've just read out from the Lotus Sisters and from my Moon Diary, you may have... You may have been feeling a lot of those energies leading up to this Friday, through to the energies that we are now. And for my Northern Hemisphere people who are technically behind in time from where we are, the planet doesn't really register that we are in, like, the Southern Hemisphere, and particularly Australia is further on through the calendar month. These energies are instantaneously being felt all around the world, all at the same time. So this shadow period of a couple of days, either side of the full moon, you will have been feeling it already for a couple of days, because we've already been feeling it for a couple of days, if not a little bit more. The energies I'm finding, and tell me if you feel the same, my beautiful friends. Tell me if you've been feeling these energies, not necessarily even just this full moon, but all the full moons and stuff since the start of the year, even if you've been feeling them more. I've been feeling their effects, the full moons, the new moons, the eclipses, the just everything. I've just been feeling so much more intensely. It's not a bad thing. It's just that when you start reading stuff like I just read out, you start going, oh, yeah, absolutely. I was definitely feeling that over the last few days. Wow. And it makes so much sense. We are way more in tune with the planets and the moons and the sun and all of that, and each other, way more in tune than what we give ourselves credit for. So just want to put that out there. Let me know if you've been feeling the same. Let me just write this down so I don't miss it. All right, so the collective reading for the 2nd through to the 8th of May, including this lovely full moon energy in Scorpio and our sun in Taurus and all the other lovely things. Now, interesting, we have courage, which is Archangel Ariel. I haven't seen Archangel Ariel in quite some time, I have to say. However, this particular card here always used to pop up for me, particularly when I first got this deck of cards, which is, oh gosh, coming on probably about 18 years or so, maybe. It was one of the first card decks that I ever got. So that's why I can kind of remember. But it says, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Okay. So when this one comes up, it tells me that there's going to be some moments for the collective, maybe for you work related or personal related, or maybe even just within yourself, where you feel, but I get the feeling it's more of an external thing, where you're feeling like, if you're, how do I put this? If you're someone who has previously had a lot of trauma in your world and you've done a lot of healing perhaps, or maybe you haven't done as much healing yet, but you have a lot of those survival mode mechanisms in your toolbox. When this card comes up, it tells me that those survival mode tools are possibly going to get activated this week. So be aware of that and take a step back from that situation if you can, and just have a breath. Remember, it's okay to breathe. And remember, it's okay to say what is actually on your heart. It's okay to acknowledge the fact that you don't necessarily feel really safe. And it takes great courage to speak up, even if you don't feel safe. So also remember that if it is activating your survival mode tools, this is why the courage card is coming out, it might not be that you are really super requiring them. It's almost like an oversensitivity to that situation. Okay. Doesn't mean that it's not required or not valid. It's like, just take a step back and ask yourself, what am I truly feeling here? What am I truly activated about? Because you might actually find that this is just a little bit of information that's coming your way to show you something that is requiring to be worked on, and that you're actually okay. You are safe. I had a moment a little while ago where I was driving my car and it was raining really, really heavy, and it was basically whiteout conditions. And I was driving to work, and luckily I'd left with plenty of time because I knew the weather was bad. And I just drove the entire way with my hand on my heart going, it's okay, you are safe. It's okay, you are safe. You are safe in your car. You are driving safely. It's okay, you are safe. And I just made sure I did the pragmatic stuff of making sure I had enough room between me and the car in front of me. So if I had to stop quickly, I could still see them very clearly, and I had enough room to stop. And the reason why that's a big trigger for me, or an activation for me, is because the only times I've really had accidents in the car is when it's been raining. And so for me, driving in the rain is still a little bit of like a especially on highways and things like that. So it's like, and because in Adelaide, the lines on our roads disappear in the rain, it's so much fun. Because it's the hottest and driest state, they don't think about the fact they kind of need to put a lot more reflective stuff in the paint so that it can be seen in the rain. It's not so relevant to them. But anyway, so remember that tool is, you are safe. You are here. You are present now. Because the other thing that happens, and the one thing that this card is showing me, is where you might be feeling like you want to disconnect from your body. No. Bring it back. Be present in your body and remind your body it is safe. Okay, especially if it is, especially if it's like it's not actually in danger as such. Okay, it's just an activation from a previous old experience. Okay, think about it kind of like PTSD. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. And if we think about it in terms of soldiers, and they've been at war, they've seen death and dying and injuries, and seeing their mates die, and perhaps innocent people die, and lots of loud banging of guns and bombs and things blowing up. And so when they hear a loud noise like a backfire in a car, that can make them instantly travel back to that time in the war. So then their heart rate goes up and they want to hide, or they want to fight, or whatever it might be. And it's like they have to take that moment to just go, no. Present in the now. We're not there anymore. We're present in the now. We are safe. Okay. So there we go. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Still speak up this week. Okay. Don't shut down. Speak up. Creative writing is the next card that we've got for the collective. Make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen an article or a book. Now, creative writing, and this is with Archangel Gabriel. So if this card speaks to you for this week to come, I highly recommend doing some writing, doing some journaling. If you're struggling with anything, maybe something that's coming up around this card here, a situation, this is your invitation for one of the ways that you can actually work on healing that. Maybe write at the top of a page a question, and go through the whatever comes out. Ask it as an open-ended question, such as what is this situation trying to show me? That's a really good one, because it can, once you start opening up that space, your intuitive side can start kicking in, and then you might actually find that this isn't necessarily related, say, to another person, to the person that you think it's related to. It might be related to something else way back into your childhood that this situation is now activating. Okay. Hi, Melissa from New Zealand. Hello, fellow Kiwi. Lovely to have you tuning in. So yeah, definitely, if there's a situation coming up in your world where you're feeling a little bit of like tension or a bit of crunchiness or whatever it is, write that open-ended question. Yeah. And do some journaling on it. Sensitivity. How lovely. So we've got Archangel Hanel, which I just find these two at opposite ends of the scale, right? And so that doesn't actually surprise me that these two have popped up together, because along with this, it's the sensitivity side of you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. Yes, exactly. That's why this one has to come out first as far as this reading goes, because it's like, hey, just giving you heads up, it's okay to have courage here, because whoa, we got sensitive energies. And this is what I love about when we do a collective reading, because often there is little messages, but hints and tips as well on how to deal with these different energies that are going on in our world. Okay. So yes, just be very aware that you're going to be extra sensitive this week, and it's okay. And in fact, I don't even necessarily like the word sensitive. I think it's more probably accurate to say extra aware. You're going to be aware of the energies, the emotions of people around you. And because it's that Scorpio full moon, you're going to be also very aware if people are lying to you. You're going to be very aware of if they are lying to you or even being a little bit deceitful, trying to wrap up a truth and a lie together. That's going to really clonk the wrong way for you this week. And as a result, you might get quite angry. And if you do happen to get angry about something someone has said to you, the anger is just the like pushing the red button, fire alarm button. Okay, it's like that big old red flag going whoop 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 whoop. Watch out! You're aware of something here, and look beyond the anger. Look beyond what they've actually said on the surface. Look beyond that and look at the energy underneath it, and go, okay, what am I actually aware of here? Okay, so just be smart, be pragmatic, and deep breathing is going to be really important this week. Really important. Do this thing that I learned to do and practice a lot in April. It was and allow your shoulders to relax as you breathe out. Deep belly breathing, eyes closed, into your chest. Put your hand on your chest if you need to. And then as you breathe out, just allow your shoulders to relax. Now, what are you aware of? Or take that moment and then respond. Because what that does is it slows the energy down. It slows the flow. And it helps you to respond rather than react. And that's called being an adult of consciousness. Ting! Anyway, compassion. Oh dear. Soften your heart with respect to the situation and all the people involved, including yourself. So often we can be very, very hard on ourselves. If situations come up where maybe someone has presented themselves in a way or told lies to us, and then it's kind of been revealed, and then we can feel a little bit like, oh, how did I not see that earlier? And then we start beating ourselves up, even though they're the ones that have been the lying person. So just have compassion for yourself, okay? And don't allow that to knock your confidence or belief in yourself, or to knock your very beautiful, magical heart. And just know that you see it all, okay? And that's okay. And it's okay to slow things down. It's okay to slow things down, to decompress. It's okay to slow things down before you make big decisions on anything. It's okay to take those deep breaths, okay? Melissa, you're very cute. I like it. All right. So be compassionate to yourself, and just know that you're very aware, and you're going to be very aware of all the energies this week. And don't let it freak you out or overwhelm you. Just go, oh, be a bit more like childlike wonder with it. Okay. So it's like, certainly like, oh, what am I actually aware of right now, rather than freaking out. Oh my God, I'm aware of everything. Oh dear. All right. Of course, our yummy card. I call it my yummy cards because these cards were in my, I have a box that I had like incense sticks and soy melts and things like that in it. And so they got hyper infused with all of these really yummy scents. So they still smell like that. And every now and then I put them away and they get reinfused. But yes, anyway, the card that we have on our yummy cards for this week is receptive. So when we are receptive, we're receptive to the good, the bad, the ugly, and the awesome. You can resist and react to that, or you can go with the flow with that. All of it. And that's absolutely your choice. So the teams have given us a lot of guidance and hints and tips. They're like, it's okay to speak up. It's okay to go into some self-reflection. It's okay that you might be a bit more aware this week, and to be compassionate towards yourself, towards others. If you notice yourself getting irritated, take a moment, take a step, take a breath. Slow it down. We don't have to be doing all the time. It's okay. So, Melissa, thank you for noticing my panamu. I wear it almost all the time, especially these days. Big, beautiful story with my panamu. It was specifically created for me by a lady, Helen Brown, in Napier. And when I worked for Lifeline telephone counselling service, and she had harvested the raw stone when she was a little girl. And by the time she gave it to me, she was in her 70s. She'd held on to it for a long time. And she actually got her uncle to carve it and bless it and all that. So it's recent, a year and a half ago when I was over in New Zealand, it got another lovely little dunking in the Waikato River. So I was over there for my half-sister's wedding. And yeah. So it's with me a lot, and it's always warm. And if you don't see it here, it's generally on me somewhere. Anywho, that's enough of that for now. So thank you for being here, and I appreciate you very much. I actually used to live in Hastings, and I tell you what, if I ever go back to New Zealand, because I actually live in Adelaide in South Australia now, if I ever was to move back to New Zealand, it would absolutely be to the Hawke's Bay. And the funny thing is that Adelaide and the Hawke's Bay are kind of similar in a lot of ways, except Adelaide gets a lot warmer. And we certainly don't see snow on the hills or the mountains or anything like that from here. Very, very occasionally we see snow on Mount Lofty, but it's not really a mountain like just New Zealanders know it or the Tasmanians know it. Lotus of Serendipity. Hi, welcome. Alrighty, now Miss Christine has paid for a reading. Now let me just jump back up and see what she has asked me about. Okay. I purchased a legal law Florida law manual for landlords, and boyfriend bitched and made me feel guilty paying for this. Yet, is he willing to do the repairs for the aesthetic purposes for the tenants? Will the manual help me to protect me from my tenants who does not want to pay, yet I do all the repairs? Okay. Let me see if I can comprehend your question. Oh, Melissa, you're from East Auckland. Nice. Nice. Um, I'm Christine. You're giving me way too much conflicting or other information. So, will the manuals help you with laws and what to do? So, will the manual help me to protect me from my tenants who does not want to pay? Yeah, I do all the repairs. Well, as the landlord, you're supposed to do the repairs. That's kind of the landlord's job. But tenants are supposed to pay their rent. Is that what you're asking? Like, I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure what your question is. So you have purchased legal law Florida law manual for landlords. Question: will the manuals help me? I do pay the repairs and they don't want to pay. What, they don't want to pay their rent? Is that what you're saying? Here we go. Okie dokie. All right. Green, green, adventuring. All right, so show me your yes. Show me your no. Thank you. Okay, so truth. Will as I said at the top of the show, the weather's playing funny buggers. So I'm sorry about that. All right. Here we go. So truth. Let me pause it. There we go. Will the law manuals that Christine has purchased assist her with being a landlord? Full stop. That is a yes. It will assist you to be a landlord. Okay. So, truth, will it give Christine, will they, if she reads them, give her the support that she requires with difficult tenants? Yes. Truth, will the law manuals assist her with getting her tenants to pay their rent? No. Truth. Will the manuals provide the background Christine requires to take action so that the rent is paid? It's saying a very slight no. It's not like a really loud no, it's just a very slight no. So as far as your questions go, I think you're just going to have to do your due diligence, you know. And with that, like that fictitious law firm, why would a tenant be threatening you with a lawyer anyway? For what reason? I realize this is a very open platform and you may not wish to discuss that, but it seems a bit odd that someone would do that. You know, if you're doing the right thing as a landlord and getting repairs done and all of that sort of thing, if repairs required to be done, then there's no need for a tenant to go and get, it doesn't matter if you're in a residential or a commercial business, right? Because at the end of the day, if a tenant is particularly unhappy with the state of a building that they are renting from you, whether it be a commercial or residential property, and they definitely have a right to have certain, like, have the building habitable and all of that sort of thing and whatever amenities. All I can say is really the levels of communication require to be opened a little bit further. But if somebody's going to the trouble of trying to threaten you with a false or a made-up law firm, that seems a bit odd. And it seems like you may not want to actually have that person in your property anyway. Just saying. I know in Australia we have some interesting laws around squatting and things like that. So, yeah. Just have a little look at that. Okay. Let me see what else I can come up with for you. Okay. Okay, let us have a look at this one. So you said, yes, mold. He said mold. Yes, I kept doing the roof and then use the mold remediation chemicals to remove the mold. I do necessary repairs in a quick manner and I took photos of me doing the repairs. And then the guy manipulated the system to get a pet when it says no pet. Interesting. Interesting. So I asked the cards, what else is there? Like, what can it show you? What else do you require to know? And the card that you got was the Dream Thief. Okay, so this is from the Shaman's Dream Oracle, for those of you who wish to know. And it says, rejection of the path of fulfillment, refusal of the call. The Dream Thief is a soft and compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by comfort and sameness. She wants you to tell your old stories over and over so you don't have to evolve beyond them. Ask yourself whether you are reverting back to the familiarity of your origin story of why you were wounded or when you were rejected. Do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without also acknowledging that you've already become someone else? Teaching from an old wound will never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you've already changed. Remember that you have new stories to rely and build upon. Do you wish to move beyond the barrier of glass that you've placed between you and the horizon? You can. It's not difficult. Answer the call to a new adventure and drop your resistance to sailing the uncharted seas of your potential. The wind will soothe and sing the Dream Thief to sleep so that you can wake up and move forward. You are so much more than you know. Now it's time to express what is lain dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. Okay, so this is card number 13. And this is something that you require to hear. There's a lot in there in that particular little write-up about, working from the old wounded story. So what else is here? What else is within this moment that you could do differently, that you've never done it before, because currently you're still working from that old story? All right. What potentials are you pushing away that if you stopped working from that old story of your old traumas, of all the family stuff and all of that, are you able to now access, because you have done a lot of work, you have done a lot of inner healing, and now you can actually, you know the truth, you know that what this tenant is doing. You know how they're trying to manipulate things. So how can you handle it differently from what you have before? This is the questions that you've got to ask yourself, okay? Because now, especially with the full moon and the Scorpio and, all that stuff that I read out earlier, you can see not only the lies, but you can also see to a greater degree the possibilities. Okay, so start tapping into that. All right. Thank you so much, Christine, for your beautiful, kind donation. I'm so grateful for you, and I appreciate you so very, very much for your continued support over here on Find You Fridays. Thank you. All righty. Cool. Melissa, I lost my dear friend Travis suddenly on the 19th of July last year. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. He was from Napier. I also worked in Cairns, North Queensland as a lifeguard. Oh, wow. He was driving back to Hawke's Bay from mine in Auckland. Oh, wow. Let me see. See if we can pull a card for you, Melissa. Okay. So, Melissa, the first thing I heard as I was looking that way was stop feeling so down and out about me not being there. Oh my goodness. So yes, young energy. But yes, he was just saying, like, just stop feeling so down and out. It's like he knows that you miss him. Just soreness under here. What else are you showing me, Travis? Did he break his neck in the car accident? Oh, he worked in lifeguard. It was hard. He was a bit of a joker. Yeah, I get that. It's like he doesn't want you to feel sad. He does. There's definitely that element there of like he gets it, but at the same time, just because the other words that came to me is remember the good times. And let's see what else he has to say through the cards. But yeah, there's a definite like it's a feeling of being like pressure or cut off through here. Almost, I wonder if that's the seatbelt. No, seatbelt was further down. But yeah, there was a definite like, oof. It's an interesting feeling. Yeah, it like I said, it's a feeling that started from here and it's moved right back along to that upper neck area, and it's almost like my head feels like it's been dislodged from my neck. So, haven't struck that before, so thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me. Oh. Oh, and that must have been really, really hard. So Melissa said that she got to meet him for the first time face to face on the 18th of July. Hours later, he was dead. Oh, I only had hours with him in a car, and he was in a car accident after that. Oh, gosh. That sucks, man. That so sucks. Okay. How long did you know him for? I know you got to meet him face to face for the first time on that day, but how long did you know him before that? Ooh. Okay. So just sharing with the rest of the audience what I'm reading here. So she's saying I was more than likely feeling the seatbelt, but there was also 2 mag tires that were in the car with him in the back seat. So, yeah, wow. And she knew him for 8 months. A lot can change and a big impact can be made in 8 months, I can tell you that much. So he does have a message for you, and you're going to kind of find it maybe a little bit funny, because I found it funny. I get his sense of humor. And it's this card here, and it is from the Secret Language of Your Soul deck from Ina Segal. And it says, make your life more interesting and explore the unexpected. Okay. Now, some people might say, that's a bit harsh, Lorene. But no, when you feel this energy, he was somebody who absolutely liked to do a lot of different things. And so he's kind of encouraging you to do the same thing, right? So let's just pop this card up again so that you can see it a little bit more clearly. And the first sentence it says here is, you can complain about the mundane life aspects of your life, or you can start living. When you make an effort to develop your inner life, your outer reality, fascinating new world opens up for you to explore. It can be tempting to take the easy road and hide behind what you know. But such a life is rarely interesting and never truly satisfying. This card encourages you to follow your passion and start looking for and investing in what truly inspires you. New opportunities can only come into your life when you are willing to open your mind and to something different. Okay? So, is there an area of your life where you are stagnating or making excuses? And he's saying yes. He's calling you out, man. This is funny. Challenge yourself to do something refreshing and interesting in this area, something that excites you and makes you slightly uncomfortable. This could be as simple as meeting new people, opening up about a hidden passion, or learning a skill. He's saying yes to learning a skill you have never made time for. Even if you can't physically do something new, take time each day to cultivate fresh ideas and see things differently. Look at a person or a situation that has irritated you from another perspective. Pay attention to people who have dismissed and small wonders you have overlooked. Find something new to appreciate. He's saying yes on that one. Or do every day, and you will naturally begin to value and perform tasks from the place of creativity and gratitude. He's doing a big hell yes on that one. Continue your habit of incorporating new into your day every day for at least a week or two. All right. So if anything, you can honor him in your life, and for that 8 months of that positive and happy-go-lucky that you just said, and just bring more of that into your life, even just a little way. And oh, he's making my ears buzz a lot now. So yeah, keep going. All right, you just need to keep on going and seeing things differently. Get out there and explore. Make your life more interesting. So that would be your mantra for the rest of the year, if not beyond. How can I make my life more interesting today? All right. And he said, interesting good, not interesting bad. Don't create problems just to keep life interesting. So yes, he's a good little spirit to be floating around. Thank you so much for introducing us. That was really fun. I'm still developing my mediumship skills, but when they pop, and I absolutely adore that. So thank you, Melissa, and keep going and being that bright, positive person and sharing his love forward, his enthusiasm for life. Okay, so yeah, I wonder. Also, if you feel anything on your, it seems like he just wishes me to tell you this. If you feel a pressure, just a light pressure on your right hand side, on your neck particularly, he's likely to be kind of doing this. All right. So it just seems to be, if you feel anything up and around here, like a little light feathery touch or something, it's not a mosquito. It's actually him. So watch out for that one. And smile and say, hi, Trav. Thank you. And hang on, just one more question. I just quickly asked him if he has, oh, you felt it twice. There you go. There you go. And I just asked him if he's part of your spirit team now. And he said, yes, has been in many other lifetimes too. So he's been with you for a while now. Okay. So that's why you two met in this lifetime, even though it was very brief. It was just to reestablish that physical connection, as well as your like soul agreements of looking after each other. Okay. So what he's telling me now is that there have been other lifetimes where you have been the one in spirit form supporting him, and it's his turn at the moment to do it for you. So, and to give you those little kicks up the butt that you need from time to time to keep moving forward. Okay. So that's his job, and he's still doing it, and he's enjoying bringing that fun energy into your life. So yeah, the stuff up here, it'll feel different. And yeah, that's him just saying, hey, I'm here. Funny, my granddad gives me hugs around the ribs when I'm going through something particularly tough, or I require a little bit of extra, like, you're gonna be good, you're okay, you know, everything's gonna work out just fine. My granddad, gives me hugs. Like, he had kind of strong but bony arms. So he was little, he was a jockey, and when he was young, so he's shorter than me, and yeah, he would hug, and it would be very like against the ribs. So that's how he tells me that he's around, along with money. He leaves me money in strange places. So it's always nice. Yes, he is definitely your special angel. So that's beautiful. You're welcome, Melissa. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so grateful for you. Alrighty. And with that, I'm actually going to keep doing one card readings. All right. I'm so glad you two have just popped back in, because I'm happy to do them today. Oh, hello, Paul. Yay! Sorry. Some of you may not have realized, but during the week, Paul had some very unfortunate news, and he was feeling a little bit overwhelmed about it, and so made some choices, and now those choices have been reversed, and I'm so happy about that. So well done, Paul. So grateful, and I'm glad you've got the love of a good woman on your side. That's awesome news. All right. So let me have a look at this one first. And of course, if anybody chooses to add a little bit of a donation, you'll get an extended reading. I like doing extended readings too. They're always fun. Malik Marin, where are you from? Where are you tuning in from? I'd love to know. Love to know. We have somebody from the US. We've got three people from the USA. We have a New Zealander. We have a South Australian. That's of the people that I'm aware that are here. We have, oh yes, a Tasmanian popped in. Pakistan. Well, there we go. We're reaching far and wide, aren't we? All right. So this is an interesting card for you. These ones are always a little bit tricky to find the spot. So this is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. Okay. Now, given where you are, I find this an interesting card that has popped up for you. Sorry, Paul, but just before I keep going with yours, Paul says, and Liam, my nephew, is going to college this fall for the very first one in the family. Oh, well done, Liam. Mum would be so proud of him. Tonight is prom night. Oh. All right, back to Malik Marin. So you got detach, okay? So the keywords for you are reflect, accept, decide, clarity, responsibility, and fairness. Those are your keywords. Sometimes our ego prevents us from seeing events clearly. It's time to detach emotionally from a relationship or situation so that you can step back and reevaluate. Reflect upon how the relationship is working. Is it satisfying? What role do you play in its harmony or disharmony? An honest appraisal is required in order to gain clarity and help you better understand what might require to be done to improve it. It is true that even if the relationship is already a good one. It's important to accept that your previous actions, decisions, and beliefs have led you to your current situation, whether it is pleasant or difficult. We do steer the course of our lives, although often without conscious intent. By assessing your situation, accepting responsibility for it, you are able to free yourself from the need to blame another person or destiny. There's no guilt associated with this card, only clarity and empowerment. Once you've detached yourself from and examined a relationship, lack of relationship, or another matter of the heart, you're in a better position to decide what your next step might be. Remember that detached card knows no ego. Decisions arrived at as a result of drawing this card must be fair and balanced for everyone involved. The affirmation for this card: I accept the role I play in creating my relationships and my life. And the traditional tarot archetype of this card is actually Justice. So if you know the Justice card, it is the 2 scales, yeah? And it's if I think about it properly, it's got like am I thinking of the correct card? Hang on, let me just grab that out so that I can make sure I'm telling you the right thing. Yeah, see, that's why I stopped, because I was about to tell you about a different card. Excuse me. Come on, Justice, where are you? Trust it to be towards the back of the bloody... I was right. Scales. I do remember some things. All right. So here's the Justice card. Okay. So there's the scales. There's also a sword here, which is all about the balance of the mind. Okay. Which is why that card here is talking about, this is not to do with the ego, and it's about finding the peace within. Okay. So when we detach ourselves, which is why this character looks like there's a bit of a funny outline. All right. It's not about detaching you from being present. It's about taking that situation and kind of looking at it without all the emotion involved. Okay, because we can get really emotionally invested in things. So for May, there may be some interesting situations that will pop up for you that will require you to be more of an observational space rather than deep dive in and being reactionary. Okay, you're going to be required to respond rather than react. You're going to be required to be, and to have it be much more smooth for you, you're going to have to take those moments and just look at it from a more aloof isn't the right word, but just a bit more of a pragmatic and like clinical, I think is almost the right word, a clinical point of view. All right. So just be aware of that for this month and allow yourself the space to take your time to make decisions or and just be compassionate as well is the other message that I'm getting to come through. And that's where the dove is coming in. It's about compassion. It's about allowing your heart to breathe and take notice of those times where you feel like you've got to put a cloak on. Okay. So just keep your heart open, but also be in that space of being more observant, less talky, more quiet, but not to shut off, to shut away, but it's more to observe rather than assume. Okay, please don't assume anything this month. That's just a general good principle anyway. And if you have not read or listened to the 4 Agreements by Miguel Ruiz, I'm getting that will be an excellent book for you to have a look at. All right. And I'm going to leave that for you. That's your little bit of home play if you would like to play with that. And that will assist you greatly this month. Okay. Thank you for coming to play and enjoy this space with us. I am very grateful for you. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in all the way from Pakistan. What else? Lorene, did you go to your prom night? Okay. So I grew up in a tiny little village and near a very small town. And my high school actually allowed the last 3 years of high schoolers to go to what we called the ball. We had like our senior ball, because the last 3 years of our high school are the senior school basically. And so I got to go to 2 of the 3. I missed one because I ended up going, I think I was going to Australia. So for some reason I couldn't go. But anyway, so I only went to 2 instead of 3. So, and my last ball, I wish I could say I really enjoyed it, but I didn't. Because I spent my time soothing my friend who had had her heart broken by some boy. So we didn't really get to dance and have a great time. There are photos, like we did the formalized photos and stuff, but safe to say it was not quite so much of a fun night. And that's what I remember from my ball. You're welcome, Malik. I hope that brings you some helpful tips for the year to come or the month to come. it was fun to get dressed up, but that's what I kind of mean sometimes by these things that we are naturally have been with us all of our lives in some way, shape, or form, right? So for me, being in this space where I am being of an energetic support to other people, and whether that be having to break some not so nice news or whatever, it's been there for a very long time. And for a period of time, I tried to not be this, and it just kept squeezing its way into my life anyway. So I don't resist and react to it so much anymore. I've made specific time in my life, which is this show, and when I get to do my energy healings online, when people book in the sessions and stuff like that, to be of a contribution of service to others. So yeah. You can't deny the truth. When it's there, it's there. Eucalyptus and peppermint. Yum, yum, yum. Needed lots of green today. Green, heart color, of course. All right, so vanilla and pie. Did you tell me where you were tuning in from, vanilla and pie? I think you said America, didn't you? If I remember correctly. Let's see if I remembered that right. I did remember correctly. Thank you. All right, let's see. Which card deck does Vanilla and Pie's team wish to play with? Oh, okay. Oh, it's a nice, easy one. Thank you very much. Thank you. Whew. So something fun that you guys probably don't realize, and I don't know that I can even show you. Not really. So when I'm doing energy healing work, the veins on my hands pop up a lot. And it's really weird. And I find it a bit funny to look down and say, oh, because sometimes even when I'm not, what do you call it? When I'm not even intending to do healing and I'm just sitting next to someone, like on the plane back from Tasmania, and I looked down at my hands, and what do you know? They were all the veins were popping up on my hands, and I was like, okay. Wasn't overly surprised because the person that I was sitting next to has acquired brain injury and a little bit of aphasia, and still has some healing to do, even though the injury was quite some time ago, and they've done a hell of a lot of healing and done an amazing job. They've gone from not even being able to talk or walk properly to, learning how to sail a yacht, along with his partner, and he still, does stuff with horses and things like that. He can't work anymore, and it's like, that's so cool. so cool. So yeah, even with you guys. So when I'm tuning in with you, the energy healing is happening, and there's a energetic communication going on with us, which is really awesome. So yes, vanilla and pie, that is all coming your way now. So let us have a look and see what card for you for me. Let's see, what else does Ina have to say? So this comes from the Secret Language of Color cards, and you got Auburn. So for May, your focus is going to be on grounding yourself. All right. So Auburn is a fantastic color for grounding yourself, providing access to universal intelligence, regeneration, increased concentration, and a higher level of patience. Stability and practicality are all among Auburn's gifts. Ground yourself in the now with Auburn rays of light. So for your grounding, it is 1 hour, 21 minutes. So if you wish to come back to this spot, imagine that your feet are magnetized to the earth and its rich colors. Place your bare feet on the ground outside. Breathe deeply and feel the energy and the healing power of the earth. Visualize Auburn's rays moving through your body and into the earth. Feel how the rays ground you in the present moment. Enjoy the feeling of connectedness, allowing Auburn to regenerate your body. And say, Divine Spirit, connect me to your infinite power and intelligence. Allow me to walk my true path of wisdom, peace, and joy. Okay? So for you, the blessings that are going to come from this card is greater levels of peace, of greater levels of patience, and also, what else did she say in there? Practicality, regeneration, and increased concentration. So if you have been suffering from brain fog or anything like that, or maybe even the feeling of feeling really scattered lately, this is going to help you a lot. So again, it's like outside, if you can, if it's possible for you to put your bare feet on the earth. And did you know that, which you might not have if you haven't traveled very much, that different areas of the world have different colored earth? Even the earth here in Australia is different colors in different areas. So for example, when I was in Tasmania, a lot of the earth was this lovely, lush, dark brown color. A lot of it. If it wasn't that nice browny color, it was sort of more of a pale, creamy kind of color. Yeah. And which both colors I'm very familiar with, because that's what New Zealand earth is like. It's either that nice dark brown or it's kind of light, because we've got certain areas that have a lot of deposits of pumice, which is very light. And yet when I'm in South Australia, which is still Australia, but it's a very different part, it's more these reddy colors come through in our earth here, reddy orange. And so, yeah, it's when she talks about the different multicolors of the earth, that's what she's referring to. Okay, so the Auburn comes down and it swirls around, and then you can allow the energies to move up through your body, regenerating your body too. Okay, enjoy that regeneration and that, you know, the groundingness of that, because it keeps you really super present in the now, and it allows you to not feel so scattered. Okay, because I was sort of getting that when you're feeling scattered, sometimes we can get a little bit like what's the word I'm looking for want of a better word, needy, right? It's like that look at me kind of thing. But when you're really super grounded and in the present moment, people will be attracted to you regardless. Okay, so just keep that in mind, and enjoy that feeling of the Auburn energy moving through you this month. Have a bit of a play, see how it works. Do it for a few days in a row and just see how you feel. Okay. All right. So lovely to see you guys chatting with each other. Yeah, the colors can be so different depending on where you are, and all of the different elements that have contributed to those earthy things. Thank you so much, Vanilla and Pie. It's lovely to have you with us, and look forward to maybe having you tune in again. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. And now I did hear my phone go dilling, dilling. Melinda! Yay! Thank you. You're a freaking superstar. What's your question, my love? And thank you very much for your super kind donation. I'm so grateful. So I notice people being needy for me. Laugh out loud. Instead of me, I'd be needing time to myself. Yes. That happens too. That absolutely happens. Yeah. However, we are still social creatures, so be aware of that. And yeah, I get the whole requirement of requiring alone time. I have, like, my day job requires me to be around people all day, and I'm driving a lot in my day, and some of the people I'm around in my day can be a little bit challenging, and that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, safe to say, oh, there's Melinda's team stepping in. Hi, guys. But yeah, exactly, a balance of both solo time as well as social time. And even with the social time, being around people who help you feel grounded really makes a massive difference too. Being around people who, when you walk away from them, you're like, oh gosh, I feel like I need to go and sleep for like 24 hours. Like, those are not grounding people. Those are energy suckers. We don't like energy suckers. All right. Melinda, your team, it's very cute. Very, very cute indeed. Because I wasn't even going to talk about this deck today. And it is decided that it's going to play. So, it's this deck, and there's another one apparently, but this one, all right. Oh dear, I love it. And she's still going, what deck are you talking about, Lorene? You haven't even told us yet. And I'm like, yeah, no. Oh dear. So cute. So cute. I know, Carrie. Isn't she so gorgeous? And Busy Team. See, I call them Spirit Team. I think. Right now, Melinda's team is very big in my face. So but yes, Spirit Team. That's what I call them. Jeepers. My did they go? Oh my God. Come here. Oh, right. Okay. That's my yoga for the day. Thank you for that. It's been a while since we've spoken, your team and I, and they are showing me in the cards that they are getting me to shuffle. That's so funny. So oh dear. That is hilarious. Okay, nothing more from that one. Alrighty. And all right, I'm going to show you guys this one. So this is brand new this week. I haven't even really told, I think I told one person about it. I haven't even told very many people. I have only just felt in the right space to work with these cards today. So before the show, I actually opened them up and I actually started just having a little play myself. So brand new deck for me. And it is the Ancestral Healing Oracle from Ina Segal. It's newish, I think, in her releasings. Let's just double check this. Oh, let's do an unboxing. I'm not going to do the old tappa thingy. That just seems a bit crazy to me. But anyway, so this deck opens like this. Okay. And so it's like a funny little, a neat little book. And it goes, healing from ancestral trauma involves transforming past wounds into seeds of strength and wisdom. Isn't that cool in there? And then it has a little book there. And it has a ribbon to help pull out the book, which is very nice. Very nice. I'll show you up close of the book. Isn't that lovely? And then inside is the ribbon. It curls around some more, and out come the cards, and that's the inside of the box. And even the little sleeve has the little heart on it. And yes, I keep the sleeves on if I am able to. Sometimes they can be a little bit tight, and there's occasionally, I think there's one deck I had just recently that had no sleeve at all, and I was absolutely sad. This particular deck has gold edging, little shiny gold edges. I love it when they think of those kinds of details. And the back is like that. Isn't that just so super cool? Very cool. This artwork is absolutely phenomenal. But for me, I leave the sleeves. If I can, I keep them on them, and I'm very careful. And it's part of the reason for that is because when I was very, very first started working consciously with my team and learning how to use cards back, gosh, how old am I now? So it would be roughly 20 years ago now. One of the ways that my team used to show me they still had messages for me was it wouldn't let the sleeve go on the deck properly. It wouldn't go on smoothly. And so I would have to, stop, reshuffle, and go, okay, what else did you wish for me to know? And so that's one of the things. These days, it's also to, if I don't have a sleeve, I get a bit of ribbon and I wrap a ribbon around the cards when I've finished with them, and I kiss them to say thank you for your service today. And but it's like a way for me to just cleanse the energies off. So a lot of people will do the tap method, which is absolutely fine, and you can do that too. This is just my little special way of keeping my cards fresh and ready for the next reading. And it's kind of like just making them nice and like swishing off those old energies, like we're ready to go now. And that's what it does for me. Just but I'm a bit different from everybody else. So you do what works for you. I know some people like wrapping their cards in velvet or silk, which is cool. Yes, so when you guys get a card from me or a reading from me or anything like that, your team picks which deck I work with. And I hadn't even mentioned this. Melinda didn't even know I had this deck because I hadn't told her. Yeah. So I don't tend to do a lot of smudging or anything, mainly because I had, in another lifetime, I had some big trauma around sage, white sage specifically. And so I don't have an issue with white sage now, but I know I don't require it to clear away energies or anything. I use a little bit of Reiki every now and then. I will probably take everything, all my collection, out onto the full moon tonight. I've got a little bit of energetic work to do tonight with the fire pit. So I'll be doing that after the show. And then other than that, I just allow them to be them. I chuck a bit of incense around from time to time. But yeah, generally they keep pretty good. And yeah. It doesn't mean that you and of course when I do a clearing on my entire room with Reiki and with incense and stuff like that, I do occasionally use Palo Santo, like ethically sourced and Palo Santo. I haven't had to do a big clearing on my house for a little while, but thank you for the reminder. Appreciate that. Hello, Terry. Good to see you doing. Okie dokie. So let us have a look and see what cards have been pulled for my beautiful friend Melinda. Out of the new deck, out of a deck that I've had for a little while. Need a bit more of my tea. Thanks, Kerry. They don't need to be out there very long. And like I get the awareness that even just having them in their boxes and just take them out there and just allow them to be in like anything, I suppose it just shifts the energy around a little bit, you know. All right. So, Melinda, you're Invisi team. You're beautiful, amazing Invisi team. Let us have a look. Yay. For this coming week, the first card that you get is from the Great Eastern Oracle, which is this one here. Okay. And your card, let me just check. Oh gosh, it is a double pager. Zoroaster. All right. So here we go. Here's your first one, which is generate new ideas. Use your imagination, not memories. With an open mind, explore your possibilities and select the ideal ones. Ponder your thoughts and pick the most progressive ones. Then plan your actions step by step, each for itself, by Zoroaster. That's a cool name, hey? Expression. Take a day of retreat from your daily life. Find a place that is as far away as possible from your familiar environment. Sit in solitude and review your life. Imagine you are at the end of an old cycle and ready for a breakthrough. Everything you have done for the past few years has been paving the ground for what is to come. Open your mind to welcome even what you do not yet know. Be ready for the thrill of creating a new direction in your life. Reflection. If you are ready to you are ready and endowed with what you need to build and cultivate the skills for generating ideas and leaping to a new plane. Now is the right time to embark on new solutions and not just blindly follow the rules of the past. Be receptive to facing challenges with an open mind. Stay away from those who try to manipulate your thoughts and feelings. Be assured that each new experience strengthens your resolve and helps you to form new ideas. This oracle brings compassionate guidance for you to not feel uneasy and afraid of changing comfortable old beliefs. Even if you don't change them, use your views to open possibilities of cooperating with others. The secret is to analyze situations with a positive perspective and look at all sides of an issue. Do not insist on having strong views about concerns that limit you. If you do, you will find it difficult to move on. In this way, you will gain the rewards you want and expand and change how you respond to challenges. Your mantra: I keep my mind open to seek and listen to new ideas that generate creative ways to meet and face what comes my way. So the thing that I got the most out of that was the requirement for you to head out somewhere for a few hours over the weekend into forest or near the ocean, whatever works for you. I'm getting actually forest in this particular case. Maybe down to Kaipo or something like that, and just sit. Take a chair, take a journal, and sit. Breathe it in, talk with the trees, talk with the earth, and see what bubbles forth. I'm getting that there's some really interesting stuff that, Mother Earth has to communicate with you in this way. Okay. And of course, Mother Earth has some really amazing, beautiful insights for you around different areas of your life. The other interesting thing is that as I look at this card in the screen here, it looks like the internals of a shell or the externals of a shell, depending on your point of view. So if the ocean is calling you, go to the ocean. If the forest is calling you, go to the forest. Either way, you're going to get something. There's got to be some time for you to get away from your house, away from all the normal stuff, and out into nature somewhere. Okay. The second card. Yeah, soaking up the vibrations. Time to rekindle. Take the wheel in your hand. Mind is the creator of everything. When you are able to employ your will always for the constructive purposes, you become the controller of your destiny. Yogananda. The expression: picture yourself in an environment where you have to repeat the same mundane activities day after day. As time goes by, a feeling of boredom takes over and makes you lose your excitement for life. To come out of such a mood and feel more esteemed, you have to rekindle yourself. When you do what you do with a positive feeling, you will have a more joyous life and attract friendlier people. Your reflection: take your destiny into your own hands. You have been gifted with a program inside of you that is your guide. It helps prevent you from being influenced by external matters or to be deceived by fixed ideas. Rekindling your life does not mean focusing on external matters such as new friends, a new job, a new location, or a new car. Rekindling begins with the way that you see everything. Even a small move towards recreating yourself can transform your entire life and illuminate insight into where you are. Dear one, your whole life doesn't need to change so you can reinvent yourself. Although, when you reinvent yourself, your whole life can change. The process is simple. Begin doing something that is outside your routine. Be assured that as you continue, you'll figure out whether it is right or the timing is suitable. You will eventually transform your daily life from the mundane to the extraordinary, and you will radiate this new living energy in a way that affects others. The mantra for this card: I am becoming more conscious and transforming my mundane and routine existence into a quality life. I connect my inner essence to everything around me. It's an interesting card, isn't it? Again, I'm looking at the person in the top part of that card, which is radiating, and it's like, wow. And to me, it looks like she's in the forest. Maybe I just wish to be back in the forest myself. That's very true too. Yes, definitely. It's about doing things differently, right? And from that space of openness. Love it. Love it. Yes, it does. It almost looks like an angel. Absolutely. Now, for the cards that we have been waiting for, apparently. Whew. Interesting. I do like the cards, the pages, because they're in color too, the cards themselves. So interesting. A pomegranate. Huh. Fascinating. Fascinating in that pomegranates are in season right now. All right. So this card says, prepare to be tested, stand firm on your principles, which is absolutely in alignment with the collective reading. Remember the courage card? That was the beginning card. Stand firm on your principles. Through some tough life experiences, you have gathered deeper wisdom and understanding, which has allowed you to better navigate life's lessons. You are in a cycle where you're about to be rigorously tested, which means that you need to prepare and make sure that your inner foundation is solid. The question is, will you give in to temptation and waver, or stay solid in your integrity? You need to be clear on what you stand for in life and why. It can be helpful to view this new trial as a chance to know whether you have truly assimilated your experiences from the past, or there is more to learn. The stronger your sense of self is, the more you know who you are, the easier this ordeal will be. You can come out of this situation stronger, clearer, and more determined to thrive, or it can stunt you and send you back. It's important to remember that your soul requires this experience for you to balance your past karma as well as to grow. Your ancestors are cheering for you and the spiritual world. You can come out of the scenario renewed. Your healing practice. Reflect on each challenge that comes up and then meditate on finding a blessing or an opportunity in each difficult situation. The opportunity that is approaching is truly important, and working with it can assist you to discover more about your life purpose and build your determination to follow your soul's guidance. A powerful thing to contemplate is how you can use your difficulties to develop more wisdom, compassion, and ultimately love. Okay. That's a pretty big, bloody big heads up. And as I was reading that, I was asking your team, is this to do with family stuff? And they were like, yeah. I was like, truth, is this to do with work stuff? And they're like, no. So likely there's something that's going to get stirred up within the family in the next week or two. They're actually extending this out for a couple of weeks. Be aware of that and hold truth to your integrity, and it's going to be something that's going to activate you in a massive way, and try to trigger your old responses, those sort of survival trauma bonding type responses. So just be aware of that, and remember who you are. Remember how much you've grown. Remember that you are safe. Remember that you are no longer 3. Remember that, and I don't know where that number came from apart from your team. They told me, remember, you are not 3 years old anymore, and it's okay. You have the right, you have the ability, you have the strength to be solid in your present moment. Okay. Then after that, hang on. Interesting. There's an interesting movement of energies happening here. So I was just double checking with that card that I just read, if that was to do with relationships, and I'm getting a no. It's to do with family. Okay. The reason why I asked that is because the next card, okay, so the next card says, which is just such a delicious card, is open your heart to sacred loves, face some hard truths. Okay. So if you have struggled with finding true love, don't despair. There is someone waiting for you. However, you will first require to do some inner work around painful patterns you observed and took on from your family. You may have attracted several people into your life who have represented a certain version of one or both of your parental figures. There are parts of your most sensitive heart that may still be suppressed or hidden. In order to find the kind of love you desire, you require to work with any coldness, trauma, and self-sabotaging tactics that keep others away. This may require you to feel uncomfortable feelings and face some challenging truths. But by being honest with yourself, you can help parts of you that got shut down to revive and grow. You will learn to listen to the guidance and the wisdom of your heart, which will direct you towards a person who will stir your heart and show you genuine, warm, sincere, sacred love. This is not an idealized love, but a true love, where there is openness and an opportunity to grow. If you already have this type of love, then cherish it and make more time to nourish it. If not, then know that it is coming. The healing practice. In your journal, make one list of the qualities you would wish to have in a partner and another list of what are your total deal breakers. Next to each quality, write down whether or not you have the trait you are looking for. If you do put a tick there, and if you don't, then underline it, and if you don't, then underline it and write down what you are willing to do to develop that aspect of yourself. Also, write down your challenging aspects that a person would love to be with. Hang on. Also, write down your challenging aspects that a person you would love to be with would have to work with. Right, okay. Then reflect on the kind of person you require who could enhance your positive qualities and help you with your challenging ones. Wow. If you already have that person like that in your life, what can you do to appreciate and support them? Right. That's a big task. So, like I said, there's going to be something coming up with your family stuff, and then there's this as well. So you're going to have a fun couple of weeks, I feel, week or 2 weeks with all of that. And there is some ancestral healing type stuff happening in here as well. So that's a big lot of information from 2 very big, powerful decks. So thank you so much for choosing them both, and for cracking open the Ancestral Healing Oracle with me. It's a pretty amazing one. I did a masterclass with Ina on the weekend, and she referred to this over the at the end of the masterclass, actually. And I was like, there was just something about it. I just knew I had to have it. So yeah, this was published last year. So there we go. It's her brand new one. Pretty cool, hey? And the imaging is from, I can't even say her last name, Della Grottalaga. I totally haven't got that one right. But anyway. And your yummy card. Finally, your yummy card. You got guidance is your yummy card. So I keep tapping in with your team. Keep tapping in with your Invisi team, and allow yourself the space to seek that and receive, not just seek, but receive that guidance. Hopefully the weather's going to be nice over the weekend so that you can get out, maybe even into the Blair National Park or something like that. Maybe you've got some nice parks that are a little bit closer to home, but certainly somewhere that's a little bit more quiet, not too many people to distract you. Again, thank you so much, Melinda, for your very super kind donation. I'm so grateful for you. And wow, thank you. Thank you. Whew. That was a lot of information. Terry, are you still floating around, my dear? All right. It's so funny because most often on a Friday night, the team at like Dolores Cannon team of like the chat of join QHHT updates almost always send a message on a Friday night. And I'm like, why? Why do you do that? So I find that quite fascinating. All right, Miss Terry, I'm going to draw you a card. What would your question be? Tell me. What would your question be? I'm going to draw you a card. Let's see which deck your team would like to play with. Ooh, this one. And I'm going to pull you one card. One card. Maybe it's just a general reading. Yeah? What would you like? Ugh. Okay. What does... Oh, there's Terry's team. Hello. Ugh. Terry, you need to loosen your body some. You're very tight very tight. Have you thought about trying to do some chair yoga? Google that. Chair yoga. You don't have a twin, darling. You know that. Okay. I pulled a card for you. Okay. Okie dokie, here we go for Terry. So this is from the Universal Dragon Oracle. We haven't played with this one for a little while, so it's fun to get that one out again. Yay! And Melinda says, oh, I love chair yoga. So simple and easy. And you just follow along. And that way you don't really have to have a great deal of balance either. So it's not like you have to try and get down into the three-legged dog. Actually, I've been looking at chair tai chi. Oh, cool. Either one. The card that is being pulled for you is to open your mind. Enjoy the twinkling twilight the star companion perches on a grassy cliff. He is silent, breathes deeply, and opens his mind. Thoughts flow to and fro as he shares this moment with the surrounding cosmos. Connecting to source and all that is, he asks you to do the same. Open your mind to other ways of thinking and fresh ideas. We live through our experiences, but try not to become caged by them. Read accounts outside of your echo chamber. Seek out stories and wisdom from places you usually wouldn't. In this way, you can expand your empathy and ideas and stir your imagination. Do not become trapped in your mind and thoughts. Okay. So it's time to start exploring other ideas, other sources of information, as it says, outside of your usual echo chamber, and just see what else is out there for you. Like maybe chair yoga instead of just working with the certain things that you have been doing. And I wonder what other ways you could be inspired, trying to look at different things, maybe, I don't know, different types of books to read or listen to, or different types of places, videos to watch on YouTube, or, it's kind of like, I don't like to work with just one healing modality. I work with multiple different modalities. And even when I was working very intensely with one particular modality, and I was working with that one mostly for 5 years, I still brought in other modalities that I had known, such as card reading, and working with Ina Segal's work, which is a lot of light healing, and working with your own divine healing intelligence. I use that a lot through that time. So mix things up a little bit. Keep thinking outside the square. And if something doesn't seem to be working or panning out, what else can you learn from that you may not have considered before? Just a thought. Yeah, I know you like other modalities as well. It is good. And yeah, exercise is a very good thing. All right. Thank you so much for coming to play. Thank you for letting me pull a card for you, Terry. That was really cool. All right. So seeing as we have a nice big full moon to play with tonight, I'm just going to chuck my phone on to do not disturb now so that we don't get any funny little finger dings. There is one more card that is asking to come out to play, and that is I have to go and find it now because it is just really called out, and I'm like, okay, let me find it first. Very sorry. Okay. Got her page in the book. What are you all planning to do for the weekend? Interesting. Come on. I'm going to be working with a male. Interesting. So let us see what this particular priest has to say, and then we'll work on that. Okay. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, so some of you may know that around Christmas time, I go camping, and I go camping somewhere. The last 2 years has been down towards, is it the Fleurieu Peninsula, down towards Victor Harbour. And I don't know if I'll go there again this year. We'll see. We'll see when my body wishes to go. And I do some work, as I do some predictive energy work for the year to come. And each month I do a 1-card reading for myself for the month to come. And a little bit like what I've done for you guys this today, of like a card for the month. This is what has occurred for me. And also this year, it also asked me to pull one of the goddesses, gods, and guardians, okay, for each month as well. So this month of May, I got the High Priest of Atlantis, which is around chakra clearing. And I find this really fascinating because when you look at this card, you'll see there's a lot more than 7. So let me read this to you, because this is who is going to be working with me for this next month. Nourish your spiritual energy centers, harmonize from within. The golden era of Atlantis spread 1,500 years. It was a time of extraordinary spiritual energy. Atlanteans had 12 active chakras rather than the 7 active in most people today. They used gifts of clear intuition, telepathy, sacred ritual, and energy healing as part of everyday life. The High Priest is an Atlantean master of crystal, sound, color, and chakra healing. The chakras are special. The chakras are spiritual energy centers contained within your physical and subtle bodies. The word chakra means wheel in Sanskrit. You have 7 primary chakras, spinning vortices of light that run along your spine. Each chakra vibrates with light force energy and corresponds to a different color. Chakras link to nerve centers, organs, and glands within the body. They also store information about your spiritual, emotional, psychological, and spiritual experiences, including those from past lifetimes. Chakras frequently become blocked or weakened. The High Priest of Atlantis says there are many direct signs that your chakras are out of balance. You may feel ungrounded, creatively stuck, or out of touch with your feelings. You may struggle to speak up for yourself, set boundaries, trust your inner knowing, or to see the bigger picture in your life. Physical ailments may also show up as a result of blocked chakra energy. Even if you haven't noticed the signals, picking this card is a clear indication that chakra healing will benefit you. To invite instant support, imagine your chakras as flowers or orbs extending upwards from the base of your spine to your crown. They glow red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Visualize me sending my Atlantean crystal energy to each one so they become bright and clear. To complete, imagine white light surrounding your body and brown roots extending from your feet into the earth. Additional meanings: Reiki healing is a part of your divine life purpose, and you're activating your Atlantean 12 chakra system. The High Priest can guide you to the right support. Invocation: I easily balance my chakras. I am light and energy. So this is one of the amazing people or guides or masters that I will be working with this month. So I wonder if I can show you. He's actually got tattoos and all sorts of things going on in his arms. Check that out. Isn't that so cool? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I can see 8, 9, 10. There's another one, 11. And I'm pretty sure what they're not showing you is that there's another one down here beyond his feet, which would make 12. So that's pretty cool, hey? Pretty sure I've got that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh! Hang on. Base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, there's an extra one in here. He's got crystals in his hands, but he's got an extra one in his thymus. You have a look. There's the extra one in the thymus, as well as then there's the throat. So you've got your base. What is it? Sacral. You've got your base, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, thymus, throat, third eye, crown, and then there's a couple more above, and another one there, and another one down there. There we go. How cool is that? And I know that there are way more than just a 12. I can't remember where I heard it, but many years ago, there's like 114 altogether across the body in all sorts of minor parts, through the arms, the hands, down the legs, the feet, across just all sorts of different spots. And these are just like the major ones. But yeah, how cool is that? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, they have got the 12. Oh, dearie me. Hi, Amanda Key from Houston. Another American coming to join us, which is pretty cool. So that card, our lovely High Priest of Atlantis, I wonder what we can do with him tonight. Chakra healing, huh? I'm getting that there's some chakra and some ancestral stuff cropping up that's asking to come forward, and that's quite intense work. So I'm like just double checking with our teams to go, are you really sure? All right, cool. Apparently that's where we're going. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, let's do some healing. Close your eyes. Taking the big deep breath in now. All the way down to the bottom of your belly. As you breathe out, allow your shoulders to relax. Taking another big deep breath in. Bring Mother Earth energy all the way up through your body as you breathe in. Breathing out. Bringing Father Sky energy all the way down. Breathing in, bringing Mother Earth and the unconditional love all the way up. Breathing out, bringing Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. Becoming aware of your body. Become present to your body in this very moment. Become aware of your organs and your blood and your breath and your bones and your muscles. Become aware of everything that makes you you. Become aware of your brain, your eyes and your ears and your nose and your mouth, out to your very fingertips and the tips of your toes. As your awareness stretches to each of these things, we give gratitude and thanks to each of these parts of ourselves that are working together in this very moment. Beautiful. Now expanding out your awareness in a big bubble all around you, up into the sky and down into the earth, expanding out your awareness beyond the country that you're in, expanding out your awareness out beyond the planet, out beyond the solar system, expanding out your awareness out beyond the galaxies and out beyond the universes. Take a big deep breath in and out. And keeping your awareness nice and expanded out, tune in on your body once more. Grab your sense of allowance. Expand your sense of allowance out in a big bubble all around you. Just reminding you that as you expand out your sense of allowance, it takes you from being the tight, contracted little pebble at the bottom of a raging river of everybody else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, thinking that you're at the effect of them, their emotions, their thoughts, their actions, or even your own thoughts, actions, traumas. And in expanding out your allowance, you are given the opportunity and the possibility of seeing beyond that, to see what else is possible for you. It makes you feel a bit more like a light, fluffy cloud, where you can see that raging river of everybody else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and see it for exactly what it is. It's just energy. Even your own trauma, it's just energy. And you can allow it to keep you trapped and small, or you can choose beyond it. You can choose to be that light, fluffy cloud and choose to just float on by and let that raging river just do its thing. You don't have to play in that playground. It's okay. Go find other happy, fluffy clouds to play with. So now expanding out your allowance in a big bubble all around you, out beyond your body, beyond the country that you're on, beyond the planet, beyond the solar system, and beyond the galaxies. Beyond the universes, and now beyond your awareness. This is key. Quite often our awareness exceeds our allowance and we end up very wonky and not very calm or peaceful. So take a nice big deep breath now and breathing out. And as you breathe out, you're going to tune in on your body once more. Now I'd like you to imagine that you're going to be walking into a beautiful big temple in Atlantis. And there are steps leading up into this big, beautiful temple. And there are 12 steps. And each of those steps is beautiful, pearly, white, made of super white marble. With gorgeous opal edgings. And at the bottom of the steps, off to one side, is a big pot, planter pot. And inside that planter pot is a tree. As you look at that tree, what kind of tree is it for you? Is it a tree that has fruit or flowers? Is it a tree that is evergreen or deciduous? How is that tree showing up for you right now? We will revisit this tree once we have finished. Is there one tree in the pot or two? As you run your hands along the tree. Gift the tree your energy and allow the energy of the tree to be gifted to you too. If it has fruit or flowers on it, take note of the colours of those fruits and flowers. Maybe it has something else on it that I haven't mentioned yet. It's your tree. As we turn back to the temple, we're going to slowly walk up those 12 steps. I'll count. Step 1. And as you step onto the first step, you'll hear a tone potentially in your ears. Maybe you'll feel it in your body. And this tone will either ring true, or it might feel a little bit wobbly or wonky or clangy. And if it's ringing true, beautiful. You may see a color behind your eyes. This is all just information, nothing to do anything with it just right now. It's just information, it's a diagnosis. Step number 2. Standing on step number 2 now. And this aligns with your base chakra. Again, there'll be potentially a tone, a color, a feeling. Is it humming nicely? The first step was the chakra at your feet, or just beyond your feet. Generally, the base chakra is aligned with red. Moving up to step number 3. Which is aligned with your your sacral chakra. The third one of the 12, the second one of the 7. Again, take note of how your body responds. The sacral chakra is around where your hip line is, sort of between the hip and the belly button. Usually associated with the color of orange. Stepping up to the next step, the 4th step, the solar plexus area. Yellow is the color usually. There will be a tone for that too. Is that tone ringing smoothly? Is it ringing clearly? Or does it have a little bit of wonk to it, a bit of a muffle? Again, it's just information at this stage. Stepping up onto step number 5, the heart chakra. usually the color of green. How's your body feeling as you slowly move up these steps? Step number 6. The thymus, which sits just right at the joining of your collarbone. I imagine because this is between the heart and the throat, this one will be an aqua color, slightly blue, slightly green. I'd be curious to know what it is for you. 7th chakra, the throat, the 7th step, the beautiful blue. Just allowing your body to really feel these energies and understand and understand that there are certain things that have been created around us are there for our healing. Even the number of steps up to a temple. The 8th chakra, third eye, the 8th step. Indigo is that color. Nice little purple. How is your third eye feeling at the moment? Is it feeling open? Or does it feel contracted and tight? And a little bit gluggy? All of that is being open and cleared right now with the beautiful full moon. Ninth step, crown chakra. Violet is the color. We're getting up to those higher tones now. Your body might wish to move a little bit now as all these energies are coming through your system and being acknowledged. 10th step. We'll go to the next chakra that is directly above the crown. The 11th step. A chakra that sits to the left of the 10th chakra. What color color is that for you? And what tone? How do you feel your body responding to that one? And the 13th step. Sorry, the 12th step, not the 13th. The 12th step. And that final chakra is the one that is directly in line with all the other major chakras, heading up towards the universe. Tapping into those outer layers of your etheric fields. Taking a big deep breath in now. And out. And as you look up, you see that the High Priest of Atlantis is standing before you. A little ways back, and invites you to come further past the edge of the stairs so that you're now underneath the big veranda that is created by the temple. And he welcomes you into the inner sanctum of the temple. And in the middle of the walkway of the temple, there's a pool that has been sliced into the floor. And the pool goes up to chest height. It's a magical pool. And the light that comes in shows the magic of it as it is opalescent, bright, clear, and it looks like rainbows. There is a gentle slope leading into this pool. It's like pure liquid crystalline energy. And the high priest now walks you towards this pool of light and water and magic. Knowing that you are here to cleanse, clear, and regenerate your chakras. He invites you into that pool to walk slowly, consciously, down that path into the pool of light. As your feet touch the water, you feel the buzzing energy moving through your system. You can feel the chakra that's near your feet starting to hum and move cleanly and clearly. The water moves up your legs, up your knees, through your thighs, and now gets to your base chakra. and you feel the intensity of any energies leaving your body. And you breathe deeply. And this pool isn't very wide, so if you need support as these energies leave your body, you can hold on to the side slightly. And once the moment has passed, drop your arms down to your sides again and take another step into this gently sloping floor of the pool till it comes up through your sacral. Again, allow that energy to move through your hips, through your belly button area, through your spine, the lower part of your spine. Allow yourself to feel supported by the water, the energy, the magic, the high priest of Atlantis, by the tones, the colors, and the knowing that what you are doing right now is healing your system. And you take another step forward, and another step forward, slowly and gently as the water moves up and it hits your solar plexus area. Moving through your mid-back, and feel all those energies which have been stuck and stagnant throughout your belly, the starting of your ribs, your mid-spine, all being released now. And you take a few more steps, and the magic in the water comes up to your heart space. As it moves over the heart area, just keep breathing deep. Do not tense up. Do not resist. Just keep breathing. Allow the energy to release any of that hurt, shock, trauma, heartache that is sitting in your heart space right now. Let it all be washed away. Allow your chakra to spin, to glow, to return to full health and vitality. Allow the magic in the water and knowing of the support of the high priest as well as your spirit team to give you the courage to keep moving forward. Big breath, breathing out, moving forward now. And as your arms are dangling in the water, you feel any tension, any shock, trauma, and heartache which is stuck in your hands or your arms, leaving them now too. As we come up to the spot where it hits your thymus, the water comes to your thymus. And all the shock, trauma, and heartache that has kept your thymus from functioning in full health and vitality, kept your shoulders tight and frozen, and your intuition bound up, all of that is being released now. Allow your body to release it with ease. Keep breathing deeply. It's okay if you get emotional. It's okay if you feel like crying as these energies come out and leave your body. There will be a moment of grief. But keep breathing. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. And another step forward. And the water, the magical water, comes up to your throat. It starts working on all the spaces and places in all your lifetimes and your ancestors' lifetimes, which have been imprinted on you to never speak, never to speak up, to never defend yourself, to never tell your truth, which has now clogged your chakra, your throat chakra. That is all now being cleansed. Allowing your throat chakra to spin, to glow, to provide that space of pure energy movement. So you can speak with confidence, you can speak with knowing, you can speak with your full intuition. You can speak from your heart. And now in the next step, the water changes and it becomes mist. Like a beautiful, glowing, opalescent fog. And as you step forward and the pool becomes deeper, the fog surrounds you. It now contributes to your third eye. Cleansing and clearing away all the spaces and places where you made yourself wrong for seeing beyond the light, like seeing beyond the lies, seeing beyond the smoke in the mirrors. Even if it was from your parents or from the adults in your life, wherever you made yourself wrong for seeing beyond the masks or tried to discount what you could see when what you knew was the truth, even if it was unbelievable and horrific. You saw it, and that is the truth. And now it's cleansing and clearing away any and all places and spaces within you where your ancestors have made themselves wrong for seeing or not what was truly happening to them in their lifetimes, where they have embedded guilt and regret into not honoring what they saw on the physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual level. Going back however many generations. That is all now being washed away out of your system with peace and love and forgiveness. Now up to the crown. The focus is on the crown, the fog, the magical opalescent fog is floating around the crown and your whole body, continuing to bathe the body in this magical light, cleansing and clearing the crown. Cleansing and clearing all the spaces and places where you felt like you couldn't be connected to your team, your spirit team, your ancestors. And even the trauma from your ancestors that have been embedded in you to feel like they couldn't be connected either. Because if they were, people might think they're crazy or whatever. So they shut that part of themselves down. Wherever that's embedded in yours, that's now being washed away and releasing. Nice and gently. The 11th chakra above the crown. 10th chakra above the crown. This is connected to your higher self. So everywhere that you felt like you couldn't be connected to your higher self, that is all being removed now. Everywhere that you've misidentified your higher self as being something else, another deity, a god, your spirit team, whatever it was, that's all leaving your system now. Your 11th chakra. Connection to your your astral travel self and your connection to Mother Earth and the universes. So one's sitting off to the side. So everywhere that you've believed that you could not be connected to other universes, to the collective, to this universe and this earth, all of that is being washed away now. And now finally the 12th chakra, way above your head. This is your etheric chakra. Helping to bring balance to all of your etheric fields. And that is now being cleansed by the beautiful opalescent rainbow-like fog, so that you are now glowing in the fog, like a big, beautiful, glowing ball of energy. All your chakras are beautiful and clear, crystally clear. And it's like you're now floating. You gently turn around and with your head held high, you walk lightly back up the ramp from the pool, out of the fog, out of the water, and you are instantly dry. And the priest of Atlantis is awaiting you at the open doorway. And as he just double checks all of your chakras, you hear the music. He doesn't touch you at all. But as he moves his hands around, you can hear the music of each of the chakras as the crystals in his hands harmonize with your chakras, all 12 of them. With thanks and gratitude to the priest of Atlantis, the high priest of Atlantis, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. And now you walk back through that opening, lightly down each of those 12 steps. 12, 11, taking a big breath. And 10, breathing in. 9, breathing out. 8, breathing in. 7, breathing out. 6, breathing in. 5, breathing out. 4, breathing in. 3, breathing out. 2, breathing in. 1. And as you breathe out and reach the bottom, you look up at your tree. What does it look like now? Has it grown? Has it changed? As you reach out and touch the tree, you may see if your tree has blossoms or fruit or whatever it has on it, you may now see that it has gifted you with one of those. And as you look at it, what message does it have for you? Hold it in your hands. Give thanks to the tree. And bring that gift to your heart. Allowing that message to come through to you in your system. And as we walk away from that beautiful tree and that amazing temple, returning to the here and the now, imagine now that you're underneath a big, beautiful crystalline waterfall. And that waterfall is just tickling all over your body and all over your skin, and you're feeling it in such a different way now. And now you're standing up on a big, warm river rock, and you feel the warmth of Mother Earth underneath your feet. Take a big, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, you really notice how different your body feels now. Breathing in, bringing Mother Earth energy all the way up through your body. And as Mother Earth energy moves up, you really feel your chakras, you feel your body humming. And as you breathe out, bringing Father Sky energy all the way down through your body, you can feel it. It's almost like it's tingling in reverse. It just makes you smile to feel this good. Breathing in, bringing Mother Earth and the unconditional love all the way up. And you feel instantaneously nurtured and nourished. And as you breathe out, giving gratitude for everything and everyone in your life. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the awesome. Because it all has information for us. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. When you're ready, open your eyes. Have yourself a drink of water. You might feel the requirement now for a little bit of salt. But absolutely, please drink some water. You'll be requiring it. I'd love to know, what was your tree? What did your tree look like? What was the gift from your tree? My tree was initially, it kind of looked like an orange tree, but it was like a topiary, a big ball. And it had orange blobs on it, looked a little bit like an orange. That was before I went up the steps. And when I came down, it was also had beautiful red roses, or rose-like it was a rose-like thing, but with many, many more petals. So almost like a dahlia, sort of. No, not even a dahlia. Rhododendron. It was a lot more like a really deep red, like a rose red, but a rhododendron flower, if that makes sense. And what fell down into my hand was a cross between those two things. So it was like the shape of the flower, but the color of the orange. And it was in a ball shape. It was like within this orange ball, there was the shape of the rhododendron flower inside this crystalline ball. It was super cool. So I'd love to know, how was it for you? What happened for you? If you have a chance, pop it in the chat. Other than that, I hope you have an absolutely amazing week to come. Remember to have some courage. If something's making you feel a little wonky this week to come, write it down, see what's beyond that. Remember, you will likely to be a bit sensitive to energies this week, especially around speech. And have plenty of compassion and patience for yourself and for others. Until next time, be bold, be brave, be you, my beautiful friends, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.